Alright, this is going to be a commentated run of Plague Knight 100%. I'm going to start by copying over a new file to do the run on. This allows me to start the run with a cheat code activated that is purely cosmetic. It just changes the color of the character. And then time starts when I select yes. So 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Plague Knight, the second playable campaign in Shovel Knight. This character handles a lot differently than Shovel Knight, and you're going to see that like as soon as I start. Out the gate, he has the fastest movement kit out of all the characters. And what I'm doing is Plague Knight's charged attack is to burst, and it sends him flying really far and really fast. He also has a double jump, and so you can carry the momentum of your burst by doing burst, jump, burst. Plague Knight also gets knocked back much farther than the other knights, so I'm going to be doing a lot of damage boosts. They are very, very convenient, but using my health as a resource is quite risky. As this is 100%, I'm going to be collecting a lot of stuff. I have to get a lot of money, but I also have to get all these green coins that you see me collecting throughout the stage, and a number of music sheets that are hidden throughout most of the levels. Plague Knight's default attack, which I haven't really talked about yet, is just an angled bomb throw. It's alright, it's a little difficult to use. It does make the combat as Plague Knight very challenging. This character, being the second campaign, was actually a bonus unlockable campaign, and it was labeled as a tricky second quest. So the levels don't change up all that much compared to Shovel Knight, which does mean that we're kind of broken as Plague Knight. We just get to fly through all of Shovel Knight's level design. That does change up a little bit later on. A little scary there. Nice. We're almost done already. We have 30 coins to collect in most of the main stages. Sometimes there will be slightly less coins. Very good. So first stage is done. I have to fight Black Knight now. This is a pretty tricky boss to fight. I'm going to push him into a corner and then juggle him. And the reason why it's difficult is because I don't have a standard like shovel swipe, like Shovel Knight, or a regular melee attack, like the other characters. So I have to awkwardly time my bomb throws in order to keep Black Knight stunned in the corner. So after being the first stage, you get access to the village. This is where Shovel Knight goes and buys all of the majority of his upgrades. But Plague Knight's a villain, so we're not welcome here. We're gonna try and leave immediately. And we actually have a secret base. Poor guy. We just wrecked this house to get to our secret base. So this is the Potionarium. It's directly under the village, and it's being run by Mona. Mona was one of the minigame masters. She does a bottle minigame for Shovel Knight, but she's actually in league with Plague Knight. And we'll be seeing plenty of her throughout the run. She actually offers us the ability to change our bomb layout in exchange for those green coins. So a little bit in terms of the plot of Plague Knight's campaign. Even though we're one of the bad guys, Plague Knight is not actually really one of the bad guys. Like, he's just kind of doing this, like, pretending to be in league with them for the most part. Nice. What he's actually after is he's trying to make one of the most powerful potions, and in order to do that, he needs all the other knights' essence. So I will take any excuse to beat up King Knight, and that's what we're here for right now. We're about to see one of the first instances of side rooms. So because Plague Knight gets all of Shovel Knight's level design, essentially, the more challenging areas that are actually designed around Plague Knight's abilities are... I tried to do some slightly tricky movement. I'm gonna... darn. Unfortunate. Oh well. I'll just go back to the room. Yeah, movement in these rooms is way less forgiving because it's actually designed around Plague Knight's abilities. Also, thanks, Rakaz. So in these areas, we're actually getting the weapons that Shovel Knight would pick up, and we are going to return them to Chester. Chester is the one who sells them to Shovel Knight. And so in exchange for these relics that are useless to Plague Knight, we are going to get some really cool and powerful abilities. That does mean I have to do this very awkward... Nice! That was perfect! Shovel guy! I'm sure a lot of people found that absolutely hilarious playing this game casually. So in exchange for the Flare Wand, which is a very useful item for Shovel Knight, we get Big Boom, which I can now use that meter called Power at the top left. And the number of notches is basically the amount of times I can use Big Boom before I would run out. It restores over time, so it's not like Magic where I have to keep refilling ammo. But if I ever use all of it, it burns out, and I won't be able to use it until it fully replenishes. So I have to make sure that I use it, but not too much in one go. The next room that I'm going to be doing is kind of terrifying. So it's another example of like, oh, well, you're Plague Knight, right? It should be easier. Ah! Not everything Plague Knight does is easy. It was particularly low, I almost died there. Again, damage boosting because it's a little bit faster. Alright, so we're going to be fighting King Knight. This is going to be another example of like how Plague Knight is very good at fighting, but like it's very awkward. Pushing King a little bit out of the corner, gets him in a good spot. Nice. A little bit of Big Boom there. Big Boom has a weird property where I can't actually use two like immediately. I have to delay using two in a row. So I couldn't just spam it directly on top of King Knight. But Big Boom deals a full heart of damage, which is actually pretty useful. If it hits directly. It's a kind of a weirdly programmed weapon. It's a good one, though. So I picked up 1 coin in the Potionarium on my first visit. That does mean that so long as I have an offset of 1 for now, I know that I've picked up all the coins. So this is a map encounter. We call it Duck Knight. There's a couple more that are going to spawn throughout the run. Getting rid of them just means that less time is wasted watching them shuffle around the map. And sometimes there's a good bit of money in those stages. So this is the Litch Yard. Frogs are random, which is always terrifying. You have to react to how they move. This is where we're going to be fighting Spectre Knight later. Oh, I am definitely grabbing that checkpoint. This side room is particularly terrifying. It's very easy to die in this side room, so I am not going to take that chance. And everything is already bullying me. I was hoping to get rid of this skull guy. Whatever. Okay. Didn't want to get hit. When the skeletons raise their arms, they actually deal a full heart of damage. Nice. Nice. Okay, that side area is an absolute nightmare, so I'm glad I didn't die. Dang. Yeah, navigating as Plague Knight's already pretty hard, and I'm going to be doing it in the dark now in a lot of these rooms. A couple other things I didn't mention so far. Plague Knight has a limit of 3 bombs that he can throw at any given moment. And that is based on the type of powder that I'm using. Plague Knight's bomb component, you can actually change out how his bombs explode, thrown, a whole bunch of other stuff. I'll get into that detail later, but the important thing to know right now is that I can only throw 3 at a time. And whenever I do throw one, I get a little bit of a hang time, so I can kind of use it to save myself in some cases. That's fine, as long as this guy doesn't bite me. I just want to get down. So this is a bit of a weird room, and I managed to get out without taking extra damage, so I'm actually going to skip that food, which is fine. So in that room, that is where you would get one of the other sub-weapons for Plague Knight. We got the Phase Locket, which we would trade for the, that is the Leech Fluid. We don't actually use it in the speedrun, so I'm not going to get it right now. But that doesn't mean I'm forgetting about it. I do have to pick it up later for 100%. It just means I'm going to ignore it for now. Nice. Another safety checkpoint, because this room can go wrong in a lot of ways. Okay, and then for the boss fight, I'm actually going to get up onto this top platform. You normally can't do this by like trying to walk up and jump up there. You have to burst into the cutscene. And this is way better to start the fight off, because then I can push Spectre to this corner. 1, 2, 3. He goes to the bottom left, comes back to the top right. Burst. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. I'm just going to push him back to the left. Nice. I got good RNG, but unfortunately, because I missed the other... that's weird. That's fine. He's dead. Kind of like I mentioned before, I threw the second big boom too early, and it didn't damage him. That's fine. Should have waited, like, maybe just a frame longer. I think Spectre's a good example of a very different way of fighting compared to how people played casually. Most people really struggle to fight as Plague Knight, and then being able to take out Spectre like that with that quick kill is very satisfying. It's one of the reasons why I love this speedrun. So after completing the first 3 levels, Mona actually gives us a free health upgrade. I think Yacht Club realized that controlling Plague Knight was going to be very difficult, so you actually get a bunch of... All your health upgrades are actually free, the permanent ones. And then you have access to tonics. Every now and then you'll find a tonic in the stage, and you can drink that. You can quaff it to get an extra heart and a heart of healing, which is actually going to be quite useful in this level. So this is the Exploratorium. This is Plague Knight's level. And unfortunately, he does not decide to turn off all the contraptions. Now, he's such a master of his own place, he doesn't need to, right? Even Plague Knight's minions will actually try and fight him here. And I need to absolutely make sure I get that coin. I'm probably going to end up missing. I'm definitely going to end up missing. There's a global cycle that I'm trying to catch. Essentially, the moment you enter the stage, pot lids, the spiked pot lids and the fire traps are all going off in the background. This is fine. As long as I don't get hit by... Oh, fine. Totally fine! Ow. That's kind of a problem. I'm gonna grab that health. Oh! Well, that was an interesting way to show off a little property of bursting. Plague Knight actually is invincible during his burst, and I'm absolutely going to be abusing that throughout the run. Please go. It's kind of funny that Plague Knight calls every relic that Shovel Knight gets a worthless hunk of junk. Specifically because the one that I just got is the alchemy coin. Obviously Plague Knight made that, so him calling it a worthless hunk of junk is kind of hilarious. We're going to be trading that in just a moment. Here's Chester, and we're going to get the Staff of Surging. So this is a sub-weapon that basically gives you a Shoryuken. You get a second jump, essentially, or a third jump, kind of. It's going to let me rise in the air, deals a little bit of damage, 2 hits, which is pretty nice. But it's definitely mostly useful because it gives you that additional height. So it's a good way to save me, a nice get out of jail card if something goes wrong. Here's the mini boss, Alkameister. Taking quite a lot of damage, so I'm gonna make sure I heal after this guy. You can actually see that I burnt out on my energy. Unfortunate. Alright, that's a good example of how things can go wrong as this character. Very easily, because he's hard to control. I'm gonna make sure I don't accidentally use... there we go. I need to get that money back. It was quite a bit of money, but that's fine. This is kind of the way you're normally gonna go on 100%. Okay, and now I actually do want to make sure I'm taking damage. So let's see. That works too. Not a huge time loss. Why am I taking damage? Well, that's because... Nice. That's because I'm going to be fighting, obviously not Plague Knight in his own level. I'm going to be fighting Shovel Knight, which is really, really bad. Shovel Knight has access to basically a ton of his weapons, especially ones he shouldn't have right now. But most importantly, he's going to have access to the Phase Locket. And we're going to try and Sunlock him. So if he can go invincible, that's kind of a problem. That makes the Sunlock not really possible. But by having less than 2 hearts of health, I suspect he'll anchor me. Please don't. By having less than 2 hearts of health, he doesn't actually get to use the Phase Locket. It's a nice little failsafe. Please, please, please. Thank you. He has like 1 frame where he can act between your juggles if you don't mash them properly. And if he throws an anchor, he can obviously interrupt you, and that's not great. It's pretty dang bad. You might have also noticed he used the Warhorn, which is a World 3 item, and we're only in World 2. What a cheater. But Yacht Club gave him the Warhorn so that if you put him down under the ground like that, he doesn't just get stuck down there. He actually tries and dig himself out. Okay, so now I have quite a lot of green coins. I'm actually going to start doing research with them. That's what they are for. They unlock the extra bomb layouts. So I'm going to grab Cluster Powder, which is going to change the way my bomb explodes now, but I'm not going to equip it right away because I'm going to be fighting another boss, one that you really want the default bomb layout for. I've been using the default bomb layout this whole time because it's really, really good. And there's nothing really better than it for a long, long time. So here's Reese. I love this fight because it's hilarious. This is the fight, so long as I don't mess it up. And it would not work with Cluster Powder because Cluster Powder lowers the number of bombs you can throw at any given time. So now my bomb is going to explode and deal damage 3 times, but I can only throw 1 at a time. And that's why I wait to put on Cluster Powder until after that fight. I love that fight. It's absolutely hilarious. Poor Reese. We just bully him for his lunch money and a music sheet. So now we're in the Lost City. This stage is pretty terrifying. And you're going to see me using Cluster Powder in a second. There you go. Now you can see the way it explodes. And you might be thinking, well, if it does the same amount of, like, if it does 3 hits and you can only throw 1 bomb, isn't that the same as the regular powder? And it kind of is, but more importantly, it frees up my hand, so I can actually do other things while my bomb is blowing up. I'm gonna make sure I grab this checkpoint for safety. It's very easy to die in this side area. Thanks. Okay, that works. You know, sometimes I don't mind if I do something that's a little bit slow because it's really easy to die as this character. Got some uncomfortable wiggling coming up. We're fine. Okay, and that's that side area. We got the Dust Knuckles, we're out of there. Very awkward movement. Nope, making sure I don't die, thank you. So the Dust Knuckles that I picked up, I'm actually going to be turning those in for a second. The item's actually kind of useful. It's the Smoke Bomb. Similar to how Shovel Knight has the Phase Locket, Plague Knight gets an invincibility item. First I have to do this awful movement. You know, don't want to die. Hey Lion Tamer, thanks for the good luck. So Smoke Bomb, whenever I throw it, it creates a small cloud that will actually allow me to be invincible so long as I stay inside of it. And for a short period of time afterwards, I'll keep that invincibility. Okay. You only get your double jump back if you actually touch the ground, and that's something that I'm always trying to make sure that I do, because if I see myself flap my wings, it means I didn't touch the ground, and that means I might be screwed. Another instance of me grabbing a checkpoint for safety because this room can kill you. Good. There's so much money in this chest. I did mention I need a lot of money. 1, 2. That was unfortunate. That's fine. So taking a damage boost right there. That's fine. And I'm gonna drink a tonic in a second so that I don't have to go up there and heal. So here's the Mole Knight fight. This is a bit of an awkward fight because I don't actually have the default powder, so I have to throw my bombs in kind of preparation for him. Very good fight. Normally, when you have the default powder, you can throw multiple bombs so you can hit him twice on each pass, but because I have the cluster powder, I have to throw them so that he runs through the powder, and then I can throw my big boom to supplement that damage. And that's something that you're going to see a lot more often, is because I have cluster powder, I'm going to be throwing my regular bomb and then doing other things, like bursting or using another weapon that I'll be getting later on. For now, I have a bunch of money, so I'm actually going to use it. First, I'm purchasing Bait Bomb. This is a necessary item, a necessary evil. I wish I didn't have to. And then I'm going to be purchasing my magic upgrades. So now I can actually use 4 meters of power, which is very, very handy. Don't forget to feed Oolong. Alright, so here's the second Duck Knight stage. Oops, it's fine. This is based off of the Litch Yard, which is kind of awful. It's very hard to see what I'm doing. But I made it out of there. And I picked up a lot of money. Now I'm at the Iron Whale. This is the underwater stage for the run. And that does change how my jump and double jump work, but not my burst. So that is how I'm going to get consistent movement out of Plague Knight here. One thing that you're going to see me doing is switching a lot between my weapons, and I'm playing on a PC. I'm using Joy-to-Key to map some of those weapons to my controller, because on keyboard, when you play, you can actually press the number keys to immediately swap to the weapons. There's no such functionality like that for the controller, so PC runners do have a bit of an advantage please. Thank you. That was really weird. Never seen that before. Okay. Anyway, here's one of the uses of the bait bomb. Not a very fun one, but we are using bait bomb to fish up these music sheets. That is how Plague Knight would fish, isn't it? Alright, and here's a good use of smokescreen. It costs so much power. It's 3 whole meters, 3 whole bars right now, so you're not going to see me using it often. And here is the mini-boss, Tithalon. This guy takes 12 hits to the angler. There's an angler thing in the chest. So I'm going to be trying to deal all those hits to the angler. Can be a little awkward because he likes to jump around a lot. I'm gonna double jump. Thank you. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be going out of bounds in a second. Essentially, the way rooms try and prevent you from doing stuff is they have things called blockers that are outside the room, but they forgot to put those blockers here, so I can actually just I enter the next room and I leave through the door that isn't being blocked by the dirt. You'll see in a second, there's dirt here now, and that wasn't there because I went into the room without it being loaded. Anyway, that's a thing Plague Knight can do! This is fine. Falling down a screen is like one of the worst things you can have happen in this game. So here's the side area for Iron Whale. Okay. Nice. Got this tonic. And then attentional damage boost. Nice. Okay. So we trade the throwing anchor for this lovely, lovely item. This is a vat, and you can spawn it underneath you. It allows you to stand in midair. That is so useful. It will save my life an immeasurable number of times. If something goes wrong, I am going to panic that. Heal a little bit. And then... this is really scary because I have never... please die. Those things have so much health. Okay. Could you please not? Please go away. Alright, we're fine. Well, that was a good use of Smoke Bomb. Actually, a fast use of Smoke Bomb, because normally this thing is not particularly speedy to use. Man, it's a good thing I healed, because I'm already bloody again. Treasure Knight is a very damaging boss. He can very easily kill you if you're not careful. I am going to grab this food, just for safety. So he always goes, he always uses Anchor at the start, and then what he does afterwards kind of depends. Alright. Not a bad fight. You always want to try and kill him before he throws his, he has a desperation move where he throws a treasure chest in the middle of the room and it sucks you in, and it actually steals money from you, which is hilarious, but that's terrible for this category. So we have a whole bunch of coins. The last time I was at the Potionarium, I actually picked up the remaining coins in that stage, or in this stage. So I have an offset of 4 right now. That's how I know that I'm still on pace. I'm going to be spending 80 of those coins in a second to unlock the remaining bomb layouts. We finally have access to the good ones. So we'll be picking up Impact Fuse and Spin Burst. Whoa, do not do that. Do not accidentally buy something else if you don't have money for anything else. Alright, Alright, so I'm going to be doing a side area. This is the Bottomless Quarry. These areas are meant to teach you how to use some of your items. So in this case, you're supposed to use the vat here. The NPC hints that you should use the vat. I'm going to be using it, but not right away. So there's Spin Burst, and there's Impact Fuse, and now I am Samus. Spin Burst gives you basically a screw attack, which is awesome. You just damage anything in your way. It's a little bit tricky to use, in the sense that it has an awkward hitbox, but it's very, very useful. And Impact Fuse just makes it so that your bombs now blow up on contact with anything, instead of just blowing up after like a set amount of time. This combination is the winning combination. Everything else that Plague can get for his bomb layouts is kind of bad, so we don't use any of it. There's like one other thing I'll go over later, but like now we're kind of ready to go. We're really, really powerful now. So this is the flying machine. Oop. This is fine. Cool. The stage is super terrifying. Most of the World 3 stages are absolutely awful nightmares because they have lots of pits, spikes, and really, really terrible enemies. Like that guy. We call those Jawas. They're actually called hover memes, and they live up to that name quite well. They have a fan that can actually push you around. So I'm going to be doing my best not to die or get hecked by them. And this side room is super annoying. That's really, really bad. Don't die! Okay. Oh god! Okay, so that's what I was talking about with the vat. Didn't die. Now I'm going to take this room like a baby because I really don't want to die, and... Okay, we're fine. Oh my god. Okay, so we got the Propeller Dagger. That's actually one of Shovel Knight's best weapons, and we're gonna trade it in for one of Plague Knight's best weapons. Please let me... Don't want to use too much power and then end up burning out. Okay. Cutting a little close there. This is fine. Good, 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 good. The reason why you trade in the weapons is because you can still buy Plague Knight's weapons if you don't have Shovel Knight's corresponding weapon. But they cost a ton of money! Like, if you don't use the bait bomb, or if you don't use the Propeller Dagger, like I just did, to get the Staff of Striking, it costs 9,000 gold! It's so bad! So, even if we didn't want to, like, even if those things, Shovel Knight's relics, didn't give you, like, completion, we would have to get them. And then Staff of Striking is really good. That's fine. I wanted that dirt pile. I am really, really stingy throughout this run. You kind of have to be. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the Staff of Striking right there. It's a really, really good weapon. It's just a melee weapon, but, like, you can swing really fast. It keeps you in place while you're using it. It's really awesome. Okay, also, I broke a checkpoint. That's the first time I've done that throughout the run. Yo, get wrecked! So whenever you break a checkpoint, you get money based on the color of the gem that's inside. Gold ones give you 500, red ones give you 750, pink ones give you 1,000. They love to use those toward the end of the game, so I'm pretty much going to be playing without checkpoints for the rest of the run, which is not good. There are a number of them that I'm not going to break. I'm fine. Nice. So there's a neat property of Staff of Surging. Yacht Club really did not want you to gain height with this thing, so when it forces you down, you can, like, ignore the wind effect as well. Please go, 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 go! Dang, okay. I did not want to risk that and rub my nose against the spikes in case of anything. Nice. Okay, not a bad flying machine. Didn't die. Alright, so here's Propeller. This is going to show you how powerful the staff is, because combined with the cluster powder... Well, he's already up here, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! Okay, that's fine. A big boom can finish him. Yes! I did actually too much damage. You're not supposed to damage him so fast that he goes up after the first set of lunges. But that just shows you how powerful Staff of Striking plus Cluster Powder is. It's really, really good. So we're going to be kind of beasting through the rest of the game. I'm not going to be doing a lot of spending for a while, so the amount of money that I have is just going to keep growing, growing, and growing at this point. Oops, that's fine. So now we have a forced encounter here with Black Knight. Shovel Knight only has to fight Black Knight twice throughout the run. If you go fast enough, you can skip this fight, but Plague Knight is forced to deal with Black Knight the second time as part of the story, which would normally be really awful. But like I mentioned before, we have that lovely, lovely combination of Cluster and Staff. We can even deal double hits to him. If you damage Black Knight twice in the same frame, both hits register, because he normally has iframes. This unfortunately means we don't have Mona at the Potionarium anymore. We have Percy. If you are a fan of horses, I don't know, post horse emotes in chat. Alright, so next we have to fight Phantom Striker. Oh good, he didn't run away too far. Phantom Striker, again, optional encounter, but we do get rid of him. And more importantly, I don't want to take too much damage. That's already bad. Dude, what are you doing? Okay, that's also bad. Dang it, he's so far away. Okay, I didn't want to take more than half my life in damage, because he will reward you with an extra 2,000 gold. Otherwise, those would all be pennies instead of pink gems. That would be super terrible, but I wanted to land where he is, because then they would all spawn on top of you. Right, so, Clockwork Tower. I kind of have a bunch of my toolkit now, so it's not a lot that's going to change about the way I move, but the items that I get are still going to be useful. This is probably the first opportunity where it would be a good time to get in a donation. So I'll be quiet for a little bit. Okay, looking good. So this is the side area for Clockwork Tower. This is a very terrifying area. This is where I'm going to show off using Burst Invincibility. Nice. Okay, we're fine. Don't need that tonic, so I'm not going to pick it up. So we just got the mobile gear. I wish that I could use it as Plague Knight, and I'll get into that later. For now, good. Got this side area to deal with. That's fine, as long as I land on stuff. I'm going to be picking up the Fleet Flask in a moment. That's what I'm trading the mobile gear for. And what the Fleet Flask is it's basically a way of moving fast. Burst movement is as fast as Fleet Flask movement. The difference is you run instead of jumping around a lot. So this is really good for like low ceiling areas. I'm fine. I did not mean to bonk there. I'm going to break this checkpoint because I need money, not because I really like breaking checkpoints. Okay. Whoa, okay. That's fine, that works too. Grabbing this checkpoint. I need that. Nice job. Give that guy a pay raise. I don't want to get hit anymore. Thanks, buddy. Thanks again. Okay, this is another opportunity for a couple donations before I get to Tinker Knight, so I'll be quiet again. Alright, so I'm coming up on Tinker Knight. Tinker Knight has an inherent weakness to Plague Knight. My attacks deal double damage to him. For Shovel Knight, you could use the mobile gear to one-shot him. That is not the case with Tinker Knight, because we can't use the mobile gear. So doing double damage is kind of the same effect. And then we have Phase 2. Surprise. So for Phase 2, I'm going to actually be able to hit him a little bit early before his health fully appears. 5, 6, 7. That's fine! Wow! Okay, that's one way to do the fight. Normally would have gone around his left shoulder, or his right shoulder. Sure, whatever. David, please. Okay, so now we have the last world, the last level in World 3. This is Stranded Ship. Again, kind of at the there's no more easy levels really. Lots of spikes and bottomless pits. Whoops, that's fine. Wow, that guy sniped me from like a screen and a half away. Alright, so the side area here is a good example of what I was talking about when I said everything is covered in spikes in World 3. This area in particular is really rough. Okay, that was close. Okay. I don't like this room. This room feels like it was designed with using Smoke Bomb in mind, because I have to get through this, and if I didn't have Smoke Bomb, that would be pretty awful. Ow. Okay. We're fine. I'll be getting to a checkpoint soon. This room is fun. We're fine. Cool, I managed to get back before the money disappeared. So in this stage, the item that we'd be getting for trading in the Warhorn is actually Berserker's Brew. Whoa. That is another item that I'm not going to be actually trading in for. I'll be picking that up later because it's really not useful for the run at all. Okay, that was almost really bad. I am going to get this checkpoint because I value my time. Nice. Less nice. Coming up on a trick, that's fine. Basically, the way this room is designed, the way these rooms are designed, you're supposed to go around them, but follow your nose! Nice. I'm gonna quaff, thank you. There's a visual cue that involves Plague Knight's beak, which is really funny. Please let me through. Alright. This last room is also not very fun. Ooh, okay, we're fine. Still fine! I'm totally okay. Healing. Okay, so here's Polar Knight, who will summon spikes, very lethal one-shotty spikes if I'm not careful. Cool. A fine relief to be out of this stage. I haven't died yet, which is fantastic. I was hoping for 31,000. 30,800 gold. If I die, I drop a quarter of my money. That's a lot of money. If you die after dropping a money bag, the old money bags disappear. You lose that money. If I wanted to get that money back, I would have to exit the stage. So that is not something I want to happen. So my money is very, very terrifying right now. I don't want to die. And up next, I'm going to be going to a terrifying stage that can crush me and instantly kill me. So great! So the next stage is a side area for World 3. This is Shivering Sprint for Shovel Knight. It'd be the Frigid Flight. You'd be learning how to use the Propeller Dagger here. Instead, we're going to be using the Fleet Flask. And if I do this right, I'm going to concentrate. Please, I will get one cycles that terrify me. Go, go, go. Okay, that's one. And I just jump into the spikes. That doesn't mean that I'm out of the woods yet because I missed the cycles. No, no, no. Just because I don't have to go for this treasure chest anymore, but there is no way I'm... Okay, I screwed that up. It's fine. Cool. Haha! Okay, there's one more quick cycle I can get in this room. Nice. Okay, that one's not so bad. And then there's a wall of spikes behind me. That actually will move now, and if I mess up, I will actually scream like a baby, because that is definitely something I am known for doing. Okay. Oh look, the wall of spikes. Okay, so apart from dying, I did manage to get my money back, so everything's still fine. Okay. So now we have the final three stages. There's the Tower of Fate entrance. This is also a very difficult stage, not just as like the end of the game, but like every checkpoint is made of money in a more than literal sense. There's so much gold to be had. Dang. I'm going to be breaking every checkpoint in this level. Just a heads up. So apart from dying right there, which was fine. I need to make sure I get this money back, though. please. Okay, now I don't have power. That's not good. That's fine, though, because I can get a refill. Cool. Alright. Tricky movement to try and be fast in this room. Nice! Very nice. Okay, there is a fast cycle in this crush room that I'm going to be going for. If I don't get it, I'll scream. I'll try not to. It involves Fleet Flask. If I get it, I'll scream because I'm happy. Dang, okay. So I don't have to go for it because I bonked. I would just go down to that. I would be cutting one cycle out of this area. Could you... Thank you, I guess. Alright, dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Being careful, I don't want that guy to bite me. I don't want that guy to bite me either, but you know what? Sure, I guess you got your bite. Alright. Sure. I mean, I'll take the damage. Okay. Have to fish in this stage. Cool. That could have been way more problematic. Okay. Almost done, thankfully. Oh, really? I got stuck under there. Dang, that's terrible. That's one of the worst ways to die. Also, I don't like where my money bag went, so I'm not even going to... I'm just going to restart the stage. Oh, I got stuck under the floor. Well, now I have plenty of time to think about life. Hopefully I can get all these tricks now. That's fine. So this is what all of this stuff was supposed to look like the first time. Okay. Guess I get to go for this again. Oh, yes! Cool. Glad I got it. Haha, we're fine! This run is not easy. Whoa! Okay, we're fine. Okay, I'm going to take it a little bit more carefully. Cool. Everything's fine. Trained professional. Please get out of my way. Thank you. Okay, apart from that one death. Looking good. So now we get to fight Black Knight. This fight is not too bad, plus I have 2 tonics, but juggling him is considerably harder. Nope. Of course. So that really sucks. If you let him go, he does this, which wastes forever and a half. Okay, I can keep this struggle though. Okay, nice. Please jump. Cool. I want to make sure I don't... I know that I didn't stop moving the moment the fight ended. but from where you stand, you have to walk over to where I am. So if I didn't do that, Plague Knight would walk this entire distance, which would lose you a ton more time. Okay, almost out of the woods here. Entrance, or Tower of Fate Ascent is kind of the last thing I really have to worry about. Again, lots of checkpoints, worth a ton of money. And this stage is absolutely brutal. Coming up, this room is just completely awful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Ooh, nice. Cool. I really don't want to throw bombs in this room because it's obviously kind of dangerous when half the floor is destructible. And I really don't want to run out of magic here in this room. Nice. Nice. It's kind of funny that you can still do bomb throws even if you don't have the ability to throw bombs. You could just kind of whiff bomb throws, which still allows you to float. 5. Okay, I have safely entered the autoscroller. Alright, now I can breathe a sigh of relief. Please don't take damage. This is, I'm going to be getting pretty much the rest of my coins here, and this is another opportunity for donations to be read, so I'm going to go ahead and shut up until the end. Just gives me plenty of time to concentrate. That's some money I'm not getting. This is the last of the green coins that I need to get. And I am not breaking that checkpoint, thankfully. Alright, so here's Boss Rush. Now, the reason why I'm not healing before Boss Rush is because of Shovel Knight. I am going to have to be damaging myself down to 2 hearts again. So I really don't want to take any unnecessary damage because Boss Rush is actually pretty difficult. So the next boss is going to be Polar Knight. He's always one of the first 3, so he has to be this one. I took a little extra damage, so my health is perfect right now, but not having to... Nice, perfect Tinker. I don't know if I'll be able to avoid damage for the rest of the fight, fights. Okay, I'm gonna give a little bit of hang time so my power recovers because the next couple of fights do require a lot of power. Okay, preferably would get a damageless treasure. Or he could hit me. Nice, I did want Propeller. No! That is the worst thing ever. No amount of damage I take is going to help me lower myself down to 2 full hearts in time, so I'm just gonna... I'm gonna be showing what it's like when you have to deal with Shovel Knight. Oh man, I didn't get the slaps. Thanks for the RNG Spectre. Alright, hopefully get the slaps this time. Nice. Those look absolutely hilarious. Okay, so now I have to deal with Shovel Knight. Staff and Cluster really do make this a lot easier, but unfortunately... There it is. You can see him even deflecting bombs, which is why it's even worse to not have him stun lock. Okay, you had your fun, Shovel Knight. Come on. Thankfully, once he's under 4 hearts, he can't use the phase locket anymore. Okay, that is like the end of my being terrified this whole time. The remaining stages are nowhere near as long or as deadly, but they can be very troubling. More importantly, I'm not worried about like breaking a bunch of checkpoints anymore. I have to do some cleanup before I can beat the game. The last level's unlocked, but I have to 100% the game, so I'm going to Hall of Champions first. This is the area where if you donated to the game, your portrait if you backed the Kickstarter, your portrait would be here. Again, Plague Knight is not welcome, so I'm going to be wrecking up the place. There are coins to be gotten and music sheets. And there's also these really, really annoying enemies, these guards. The guards actually... cool. Less cool. The heck. That works. The guards dodge you. They can dodge you as much as they want. They can literally dodge you infinitely. And they also have really weird hitboxes. So sometimes they will take a bunch of damage. Okay, cool. Nice. There is a magic sweet spot on a lot of these guards that if you hit them while they're spawning, they actually die instantly, and I'm going to be trying to do that. And this guy just dodged a bunch. Could you please die? That'd be fantastic. Thank you. Oh my goodness, this guy, please. Alright, there's a gold guy that I'm absolutely wrecking. Thank you. Nice. Might have noticed that I didn't get some of those green coins, and I missed one of the music sheets. You have to do this place twice, so it's okay to miss some of them the first time. The guards pay you to actually train them because you beat them so bad. So the second time around, we actually have different music, and that means that we also get different music, or we get a music sheet for doing this place twice. And this one's timed, which is kind of funny. Some people actually like to do speed runs of just this this challenge. Could you? Thank you. There's a using Big Boom is great here, but also not reliable in a lot of cases. Nice. That's kind of funny. All right. Make sure I get those. Good. lights turn off when I actually destroy all the portraits and defeat all the guards. Nice. Nice, good shot. Nice. Very nice. Okay, cool. That's better than my average, 217. You can go faster than that, way faster if you don't care about the music sheets and coins. But yeah, that's always a fun little way to distract yourself for a little while. And the amount of money I have just keeps growing and growing. So here's the armor outpost. That's not what I meant to do. Dang it. In the armor outpost, you're actually going to be giving up some of these green coins to Percy. Percy is going to use research and science to make this catapult totally not land me in a village full of guards. Thanks, Percy. So here we are in a village full of guards instead of a nice treasury getaway. Please. Cool. Again, trying to hit some of these guys as they spawn because it just means they'll instantly die. That guy got hit on the way in. And this guy loves to go invincible as soon as you land on the ground. Cool, not bad. Okay, so the armor outpost has a couple more things that we need to do. I'm going to be fighting another boss. I'm going to be fighting Mr. Hat, who thinks my hood is absolutely atrocious. It's not even a hat. How dare I call it something to cover my head with? Okay, not a bad fight. That could have been way worse. The start of that fight's completely random. But it's only between two options, so it's not the worst thing to adjust to. Okay, so here I'm making a couple more purchases. This is where I'm picking up... that's a tonic expansion. I could normally only hold 5, now I can hold 10. Doesn't matter. That was weird. Anyway. Good... I was talking to the minion? Okay. So I picked up the rest of the stuff that I... Baz, you need to get out of the way! I picked up the rest of the sub-weapons that I didn't get in the stages. You don't have to fight Baz, so I just want him to not be in my way, and now I have to do an awful level. Whoa! Don't die. Okay. This is the Forest of Fishing. Like the other side levels, it's meant to teach you how to use one of your weapons, and this one is teaching you how to use the bait bomb. And it is also one of the deadliest stages in the run. There are so many ways you can die in this level. And it's also really easy to run out of power in this section. Gotta be careful. Oh no, please, please. Yes, okay. Is that a new strat? I actually don't know which strat you were talking about at first. Anyway. I can answer after the run's done. So yeah, this stage kinda got a lot of problems in it. I missed the early cycle, that's fine. As long as I don't miss the second cycle. Okay, I have more than enough money. That's good. This one's kind of tricky to get. Good. So I just get these coins and I'm out of here. You want 42,000 gold minimum to be able to complete 100%? Okay. I need Baz to shuffle out of the way one more time. A lot of people think it's really funny that you don't have to fight Baz in 100%. They want me to. Be a good donation incentive, but you don't have to fight him to 100% the game. I just need to get 100% of the percentage points, you know? Alright, so every coin collected We get the Pandemonium Chalice for our efforts. I'll talk about what that does in a second, but first, it's time to go shopping. All of those other bomb layout upgrades I'm going to be buying cost a lot of money. This is why I had to break so many checkpoints. All of these bomb upgrades are very cute. Thank you, Yacht Club, but the speedrun just doesn't use any of them. Sparkler powder that I just got. That's one of the other good damaging powders, but it's very difficult to use. So we just use Cluster because it's just more universally friendly. And after this, we're actually going to turn in our music sheets. For Shovel Knight, you turn the music sheets into the Bard. There's a Bard Knight who gives you 500 gold per. Instead of Bard Knight, we give them to Percy, who wants them as paper. He wants to write on them, so poor Bard Knight, he's not getting any of these. But we are getting 17,500 gold for it. No wonder why Percy ran out of paper. He spends 500 gold per sheet. Shoutouts to Primorix. Oh, for Mr. Hat. It's something that I've kind of been working on, just optimizing that fight for my sake. It's way less stressful, that's for sure. Anyway, this is the Truffle King. Long may his stem grow. There are armors that Plague Knight can buy, but the armors are not very useful, so we don't ever need to pick them up. And even if they were useful, we have to watch this cutscene before we can buy them. So, unfortunately, we don't get to use any of the armors in the run. But we do get this really, really awesome cutscene in 100%. So please, dance along with him. I love that you can crouch in this game. Literally anywhere you can crouch in this game. Even while I was shopping and doing menus in the shop, Plague Knight was crouching every time I pressed down. Alright, so after this, I'm going to be able to purchase armors, and one of the armors that I'm going to get is the armor for the Pandemonium Chalice. That thing that all the Cypher coins gives you. I actually talked to him, and he gives me this cloak that changes my bomb layout every couple seconds. It's a joke cloak, but if I don't change to an actual armor afterwards, it changes my bomb layout, which is really bad, because then I have to spend time fixing my bomb layout. And then I end on the gold armor because it just looks awesome. Look at Plague being fabulous. Alright, Baz, please don't get in my way. Good boy. I have lost 30 seconds to him on a PB before, and people have lost minutes before that. Okay, we're almost done now. So that's everything. We basically have 100%. I just have to finish this last stage. There are music sheets and... actually, I'm going to drink my grape juice so I can dance. This is what the Berserker's Brew does. It just means you have super armor. It doesn't actually prevent you from taking the damage. This is why it's not useful. Anyway, there are music sheets in this stage, so that is something that I have to get. And you would think, because the music sheets are worth 500, and there's also a bunch of pink gems in this room, why wouldn't you get this money before, you know, doing all your shopping, instead of breaking all those checkpoints? If I want to spend that money, I have to beat the stage, and then I would have to beat the stage again for 100% afterwards, so it's just, no, we just route the extra money in, so we don't have to do this level twice. Anyway, that was a terrifying room. Alright, almost done. We have to fight the Enchantress and 2 other bosses. So time will be on the last boss, but not coming up for a while. This is the Enchantress. She is terrifying and very mean. And she's giving me the worst dives ever. I am not even going to be able to fight her. Hello? Like, you could kill her by now. I have to wait for her to come back up. I am not going to be able... You would normally... And Spin Burst is kind of the worst thing ever on this fight, because you'll just end up breaking the floor. Could you please die? Thank you. That was gross. Whatever. Her dives are really, really bad sometimes, and then you just have to deal with it. Alright, I'm not going to do this right now, but another potential donation incentive I would try to keep secret. Essentially, there's an Easter egg if you don't move at all in the next fight. It automatically wins for you. It takes longer to do that than to kill him. I'm going to be fighting Plague Knight. The developers thought it would be really funny if you fought Plague Knight as Plague Knight. But if you don't move at all, the fight just automatically ends and you automatically win. That was actually kind of a sick fight. Not bad, but yeah, you can definitely finish that fight faster than the amount of time it takes for you to get the Plague Knight does nothing to win kill. Alright, time's going to be coming up in the last hit. This is the Corrupted Essence last boss here. Its weak spot is its beak, but it only opens that when it's attacking, unless if you break the cauldron. So I have to open this cauldron first. Nice. Cool. Cool. Nice time. Okay, 1:15:33 is not bad. I had to redo one level, and one of the longest levels at that, the tower entrance, right near the end. So that basically added like probably 2 or 3 minutes. But yeah, that's Plague Knight 100%. My estimate would be a 125. This is a really, really fun category. Obviously, things can go wrong, and so that's what the high estimate would be for. But yeah, it's so much fun collecting everything, and I'm just going to scroll down to show that I got 100%. There's world record by Breadpan. There it is, 100%, all the things. And then you get this really, really adorable cutscene. So that will do it for me. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and submit this as my commentated run.